Okay, so we're going to actually walk through everything that goes into the warm welcome. This is the welcome sequence that's netted me over 60% opens, 10 to 15% replies. And to be honest, the easiest way that I've found to introduce new subscribers by building a genuine relationship with them while you're introducing them to your offers. The goal here is to take everything about you and how you're helping your audience and turn it into an easy to read, engaging, conversion focused sequence of emails. Now, you're more than welcome to write your own, right? But I've included inside of here a Mad Lib style template to help you take your subscribers from completely cold to warmed up and ready to buy in less than a week. There's one-click automations just down below that'll take care of all the tech setup for you if you use ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign. And if you don't, then I'll do a quick walkthrough on what the automation itself looks like. But inside of these emails, there's 5 keys. And first and foremost, and it's usually done in the first email, is to set the stage. To give your subscriber context as to why they subscribed in the first place, reiterate what they should expect to receive from you, and include some way to confirm their subscription or interact with your content further. Now, the second thing that we focus on is telling your story, because what's really important for you to know is that the people on your list, they're not just a few thousand folks who are interested in some topic that you have to talk about. These are actual people they are holding a conversation with at least 2 to 3 times a week if we're doing everything according to the course. Yeah. And so we want to make sure that we're open and vulnerable and communicative with them about who we are, why we're here, and why we're a good fit to help them. And that introduces us into the next topic, which is how you can help. And that's all about positioning yourself, you personally, or your product as a solution to whatever the big idea or problem that you're aiming to solve with your content is. The fourth thing we want to do at some point is ask a question. We do this for 2 reasons. One, selfishly, it lets you know a lot more about your subscribers, and you can use this as a way to start to segment folks. But 2, and more importantly, it actually gives them an opportunity to reply to your emails, which is going to be a very big habit that you want to encourage later on. Because if you're not getting feedback from your list, the only thing that you have to rely on is opens and clicks to understand how your content's resonating. And those are not reliable enough to build out a long-term strategy on. So we want to make sure we inject some sort of a question into the sequence so that you can get your subscribers talking with you and actually start the conversation. And last, but definitely not least, is we want to make a sale. That's right. In the email that ends your welcome sequence, if not earlier, you are going to make a sale. You're going to push them over to whatever your core product or your first offering that you can help folks with immediately, because this is how we're going to segment and segue our way into the no shame sales sequence. Now, you ask, why might we sell in a welcome email sequence? Isn't that contrary to what we're told? Isn't that too soon? I'd argue no. The premise of your list is that people are there to learn about a certain topic or problem that you solve, and there is something that you have for sale that can help them solve that problem even better than anything free on the internet ever could. So if the goal is to get people to buy from you, and that is the goal of an email list, this is a sales tool, this is a business, you are running something where you need people to purchase from you in order to even be able to keep delivering value to them. So why hide it? And why make it some convoluted adventure for them to get to the sale a month or 2 down the line? Introduce it to them in a way that's 100% genuine, that you don't hide it, and that they can take action as quick as they possibly desire. Because there are only 2 times that customers buy from you. There are only 2 types of customers that are on your list. Those that are ready to buy and those that are not ready to buy. And if you don't make an opportunity to make a sale, you miss out on every single one of the folks who are ready to buy. So, without further ado, let's walk through what these templates look like and what we're going for here. Now, like we covered before initially, our first introductory email, we want to make sure that we give them an opportunity to interact. And this is where I've baked in my question, so to speak. We welcome them and we tell them, hey, I want to know what to send you. It's great to meet you. And you've probably come into contact me with one of a few ways that I normally get people on my list. Now, there's a few different things that I like to cover on here. For me, personally, what that looks like is business ideas, We do some sort of curated content and podcast episodes. Now, I want to be fair. I know that everyone's not going to want all three of those things. And to be totally honest, I don't want to send things to the wrong people. So I want them to choose and opt in which topics they would like to hear about and which ones they don't. And I'm going to share a secret with you. About 80% of the people on my list, they want all of it. And that's because we've done a good job continuing the message directly from our opt-in page to start. Now, the second email is where we tell our story and we connect our story to the actual goal of what we're here to help our subscribers do. And we introduce them to a few different places they can follow us. We rehash what they're getting on the email list in case they missed it before. And I do something here that's a little bit contrary. I actually encourage them to unsubscribe because our welcome sequence also serves another purpose. This is where people who are not a good fit for your list can and should opt out because you do not want to waste your time or theirs sending them content that's not going to be valuable for them in the long haul. Now, in this next email, what we do is go deeper into the story and connect the fact that my story and my background is exactly why I'm so dead set on helping people like you, in my case, build an audience of diehard subscribers that can't wait to buy from them all through email. And it's also why, here's where I get to introduce my first product. This is also where I have a podcast, and I just so happen to have a podcast episode that walks through and tells my whole story. This is where they can go ahead and listen to that too, so that I connect with them on a level that no other person that I know of, at least in the market, is doing right there and then. And in the last one, we have some fun. We tell them what's going to come next, and we pivot to a sale. We recap the kind of content that we're covering in our emails. We touch again on the topics. If you're noticing, repetition is big here. And I make a promise that I like to talk to folks about pretty regularly on my list. And that's that I view every single one of these folks as a part of my family because I don't have a business without subscribers. And if I'm relying so heavily on the support that you've given me, then I definitely feel obligated to show up and give you good content week after week. And I want to personally see you succeed because just like the people in my courses, i.e. you, I'm heavily invested in your success online. This is where I introduce the problem that my core offer helps with. And it also closes out with a 1 to 2 line pitch where they can go and learn more about it. Spoiler alert, this email, it's got about a 30 to 40% click. That's why we sell in our email sequence that we welcome people in.